I remember the moment it all started unraveling. Not with a fight, not with a scream, but with a simple ping on my phone. I had just finished dinner, the aroma of garlic and rosemary still lingering in the kitchen, when a notification from her appeared. It wasn't a usual goodnight text or a cute selfie. It was from an unknown number, and the words froze me in place. I can't keep lying to him. Tonight, it ends. My stomach sank, a cold weight settling in my chest. At first, I told myself I was overreacting. I replayed every recent moment. The missed calls, the way she would pull her phone into her lap when I entered the room, the small sighs she tried to mask. Maybe I was being paranoid. But the seed of doubt had been planted. Days turned into weeks, and subtle signs began piling up. She came home late, claiming traffic or extra work. But I noticed a faint perfume that wasn't hers, the way she sometimes laughed softly at messages she quickly hid when I walked by. I questioned myself constantly. Was I imagining things? Or was this intuition screaming at me to pay attention? I felt like I was losing my grip, trapped between love and suspicion. Then came the accidental discovery. I didn't mean to see it. Her laptop was open on the kitchen counter, screen glowing, and I glimpsed the chat window before she could shut it. My name wasn't there, not in the way it should be. The words between her and him, her other man, were casual, intimate, unapologetically hers. She wrote things I thought I would never hear, promises and secrets meant for someone else. I didn't yell. I didn't confront her immediately. I walked away, hands shaking, tasting the bitterness of betrayal like ashes in my mouth. Memories that had once been warm now stung. Her laughter at my stupid jokes, the nights we stayed up talking about nothing and everything. They all became coated with doubt. Was any of it real, or was it all just a pretense while she built this other world behind my back? The weeks that followed were a slow, suffocating agony. I tried to act normal, even laugh when friends joked, but every message alert made my chest tighten. I began noticing the smallest inconsistencies. The way she left the room when her phone buzzed, the way she avoided eye contact when I asked a simple question. I wanted to forgive, to ignore, but trust doesn't bend like that. It snaps. And then the revenge. I didn't plan it, not consciously. But the day it happened, I realized I didn't need to orchestrate it. She had left the door wide open. She had confessed her betrayal in private, thinking I wouldn't notice, thinking the world would never know. But he, her other man, he made sure the truth became public. I received a message one morning while at work, a link to a post shared across social media. There she was in photographs and screenshots, every intimate word laid bare. The world saw her confession, the confession she had once whispered to me in private. My heart pounded with a mix of rage and sorrow. People I knew, strangers even, now knew the life we had built together had been built on lies. When she came home that night, I was waiting. The house smelled of jasmine, her favorite candle burning, and everything looked ordinary, but nothing was ordinary anymore. She tried to reach for my hand, but I pulled back, trembling, not from weakness, but from the sheer force of what had happened. I didn't mean for it to get out, she whispered, eyes wide, panic-stricken. I know, I said quietly, voice low, almost hollow. But it's out, and it's too late. She tried to explain, tried to justify, tried to apologize. I let her speak, watching every word struggle to patch the chasm she had carved into my life. I didn't interrupt, didn't cry, didn't shout. I just listened, feeling the weight of every lie press into my chest. When she finished, I turned away. The silence was louder than any argument could have been. I realized, in that quiet, that closure wasn't about forgiveness. It wasn't about rekindling love or holding on to what we had. It was about reclaiming myself. I packed a small bag that night. She begged me to stay, her voice breaking, but I didn't turn back. The betrayal had changed everything, and revenge had made it public. But in that public unraveling, I found clarity. I walked out not with vengeance in my heart, but with a quiet strength, knowing I would rebuild, knowing I would heal. Sometimes I catch myself replaying those last moments, her tear-streaked face, the scent of jasmine fading behind me, the echoes of laughter that once meant everything. But I also feel the power in leaving, in choosing myself, in refusing to be defined by someone else's betrayal. The world had seen her secret, but I carried my dignity, and in that, I discovered something more valuable than love ever promised: self-respect and a quiet certainty that life goes on, even after heartbreak shatters everything you thought you knew.